Assalamu alaikum.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, I hope you are all well in Jakarta and in all other places which we are celebrating the fest of Ramadan. And today is the 25th, as far as I remember. And I salute all people who participate today with us. Greetings from Istanbul. My point for today, actually, just to emphasize maybe some of the very clear points about the month of fasting as Ramadan, which is a very special name, which has a specific importance in the religion of Islam. As you all know, fasting, Saum, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. When we say 5 pillars, actually what we mean that actually understanding of the religion based on those practices, and bringing the Shahada, recognizing there's a creator of the whole universe, and there is the one behind everything and anything. Then Muslim has tried to put in practice what he has seen in the universe. So we have 3 great kind of explanators of the universe. The one is the universe, kainat itself, what's going on in our existence. And the second, the beloved, the messenger of God, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, Rasulullah ﷺ, he is the one who talks about the meaning and the essence of our existence. And thirdly, we have a guidance as the book, as a divine book, the holy book Quran, which guides and gives the way to people. So 3 indicators about existence: the universe, the prophet, and the book itself. So during the Ramadan, as you remember from the verse from the Quran, Shehru Ramazan allazi yunzile fil Quran, from the importance of the Ramadan actually as a month has its significance from the revelation of the Quran itself. So revelation in this month, and it is revealed, the messenger, the prophet, and where it is revealed on the universe, on the world, on the kainat. So it is believed that the word of God was revealed not only to a person as a prophet, but it is revealed to the whole universe and the whole humanity. So in this sense, during the Ramadan, there is a celebration. In many points, we remember, of course, the fasting is our main point today. But in the Muslim picture, the fasting, which may more emphasize on not eating and drinking and being in distant and sexual relations, actually it's only part of it. The main part is to recognition of our existence during the Ramadan, primarily with the revelation, and secondly, revealed knowledge in the universe. So there are several components of the Ramadan, which is like a campaign for not only Muslims, for all humanity. There is an open and clear message. We have to kind of look into the questionnaire on ourselves. Whom am I? What am I doing on this earth? What is my responsibility in this world? So the fasting, Saum, actually is the holding up something. The imsak and the futur, actually the both sides, we hold up on something in our existence. Not only by not eating and being distant certain things, we are remembering who gave us this food, who allowed us to have our offsprings, who made us like in this nature, because we have a nature, We desire for these things. But most of the times, we may neglect the source of those desires. Those desires are given as bestowment over us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with his beautiful names, as he taught us, remember him with his Asmaul Husna, pray to him, which means recall him. So during the Ramadan, it's the time to this recognition as prayer. Our prayer is starting with our body. I am not owner of my body. And lestu maliki nefsi. I don't hold the property of my body and my soul, my spirit. I have only option to choose my behavings. So in this sense, I remember during the Ramadan to kind of clicking the point and recognize what is your existence as a human being on the face of earth. So what is my importance on the scene of the universe? So how can I relate to myself? Of course, during the Ramadan, we remember, people who cannot eat. So we share our food. We seem to be doing it much less in our rooms, but still there are ways to share our foods. Our main principles, which is remembering ourselves being a human being, weak human beings. We are bound to eat and we are bound to certain things to have our offsprings as a continuation of the humanity. But all these things are given. So now I have at least maybe a few more hours to go to break my fast, but I am reminded constantly that own being during these days. As a principle of Islam, among the 5 principles of Islam, the Psalm has actually ibadet-i külliye, which is kind of composition of the many other worships and many other ways of worshipping. For example, during the Ramadan, I am not only eating food, it is only small part. I am holding my tongue. I am checking my whatever I am in. I am the kind of refining what I have in my times is kind of, the nerves get up, people, because they haven't had water for sometimes, they haven't had some food sometimes, they didn't have their coffee sometimes. But that is the time to remind fasting is not only abstaining certain of things, it is training. So training myself, okay, do whatever you have to do at certain point is not only the job, fulfilled as well with the shukr. The shukr inside is of the driving seat, really. So in this sense, during the Ramadan, we are not only living many hours ulfat, kind of waiting. I see as if I've been doing every day. At 12 o'clock, it was my habit. So this is the breaking the habitation. This is the breaking the custom. This is the breaking of idols of my mind by purifying, through purifying the fasting. So I get the cognition. I get the recognition of the reality. This reality hits me hard, and during the Ramadan, as they should be doing all year round, but this campaign time during the Ramadan, month of Ramadan, Quran is revealed. Maybe tonight is the night of Qadr, night of power is Qudra. Qudra is the most omnipotency of the God, which is shown mostly in this month. So it kind of reminds us with the all angelic, so to speak, army is coming down during the Ramadan on the face of earth. So we have to reconnect them to angelic world, the malaika. So mulk and malaika, mulk and malakut are more visible in this month. Reading the Quran, remembering all the points I have to remember. Because, the Quran is the zikr, the remembrance. and the fasting is the form of zikr. I have to remind myself, I have to reconnect myself, all those points, each by each, single by single, and as a whole, this is the peak time, Laylatul Qadr. It is the highest peak moment to get myself in the right position, existentially, spiritually, and maybe more than this, with my action, with my behavior. So the fasting, it's not just only vague time for not eating and abstaining things. It is active worship. It is actively putting things in order. So in the tradition of the other prophets, they all fasted. This Mosaic tradition, Isa alayhi salam, all they experienced the fasting. I think as much as we can practice this fasting in our personal life, it will allow not only personal or my own sphere, it will go in circle to my family, to my nation, to all ummah, all humanity. So during the Ramadan, I celebrate non-Muslims' month of Ramadan as well, because it is blessings for them. It is blessing the whole humanity, and the fasting is not only having the psychological dimension, it has sociological dimension. Many of my friends were mentioning and rightly emphasizing those points. I'm thankful to them. There are many points, psychological points of the fasting, sociological of fasting. During the Ramadan, especially amongst the Muslim population, the crime rates goes down. People are used to do certain crimes. They stop for the sake of it, for the blessings of the Ramadan. This is also one of the many points of the fasting. So the Ramadan is presenting us with the fasting, other prayings, other zakat, for example, the salat, and the another zakat, what you call taxing, how we call in English, zakat, paying the taxing, which means, during the fasting times, we also remember whatever I shave economically from this life, I have to shave to others as well. So from Ramadan, I speak to God directly. In the time of iftar, Allah says, every worship has its own price, but fasting is belongs to me, because only He can judge on my fasting. Only He can prize my fasting, because my prayers, my kind of obedience goes to Allah, and this is the practice of all various types of worships in nutshell. So, dear Ham, I think did I finish my time, or I can't hear? Sorry, I can't
sorry,
hear.
maybe it's a little bit over your time, but maybe one more.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Please allow me to your forgiveness, because this month is the time of forgiveness.
Sure.
We are asking forgiveness from the Allah, and we are asking forgiveness from our fellow brothers and sisters, and we are asking forgiveness from the nature. So we are good to ourselves, we are good to our friends, we are good to nation, we are good to all humanity. So may Allah bless all of us during the Ramadan, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much. I am so glad to be with you tonight together. Thank you.
Thank you.